Is this deception or betrayal or both? Yoruba movement praised Sunday Igboho for abandoning agitations aligning with APC. I've said it before that the condition they gave Sunday Igboho for his freedom, for him to be free in the country, is that he stops Yoruba agitation, and that's what I think it is. And I don't think he will ever agitate again. Maybe sometimes in the future, but right now, I think it was part of the options they gave him, that if you want to be able to come back to Nigeria, to have your frozen account unfrozen, to have all of those things back, you have to stop agitation. So I guess that's what it is, and you can't blame him because, of course, he has little power, or how do I put it now? He probably had no choice. I'm sure they are also giving Nnamdi Kanu that same option, but he's not taking it. But he decided to take it. It's his choice. The Yoruba Revolutionary Movement, (YOREM), has criticized the recent political move by Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, aka Sunday Igboho, following his decision to align with the All Progressive Congress (APC). The Yoruba movement questioned whether his action represents deception or outright betrayal of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. In a statement signed by the national coordinator and convener of YOREM, Mekunu Koya Wale Balogun, the group said Igboho's political shift has sent shockwaves across sections of the Yoruba nationalist movement. Now, so like B. Probably somebody else should take on the mantle. The organization raised a direct question about the current political character of the agitator. How should Sunday Igboho himself be politically characterized today? The group asked. What are they asking? Should his decision to abandon the Yoruba Nation agitation and openly align himself with the APC be interpreted as a deception, or odale, betrayal, or perhaps a combination of both? The group argued that liberation struggles cannot be built around personalities, warning that movements driven by emotional reactions or hero worship are vulnerable to manipulation and eventual collapse. According to YOREM, the agitation for Yoruba self-determination predates Igboho and will continue long after him. The Yoruba struggle for self-determination is not an event. It is a historical process rooted in the quest for dignity, autonomy, and justice. It did not begin with Sunday Igboho, and it is certainly not end with him. The group said Igboho's declaration that he had joined the ruling party came as a surprise to many followers who had embraced his populist rhetoric during the height of the Yoruba Nation agitation. However, the organization noted that those who had carefully studied the history and ideological trajectory of the movement since the 90s should not be surprised. According to the statement, the recent declaration of Mr. Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, that he has joined the APC has sent shockwaves through sections of the Yoruba self-determination movement. To many who were swept away by the emotional fervor of his populist rhetoric, the announcement appears astonishing. Yet, for those who have carefully studied the political history of Yoruba nationalists, agitation and the ideological trajectory of the struggle since the mid-90s, this development should hardly be surprising. The group warned that liberation movements across the world have historically suffered setbacks whenever collective struggles become personalized around individuals rather than institutions and ideology. According to YOREM, the rapid rise of Igboho within the agitation strengthened a culture of personality worship in parts of the movement. At a certain stage, sections of movement began projecting him not merely as a participant in the struggle, but at its singular embodiment, the group said. Some followers even elevated him to mystical status, hailing him as Osha and presenting him a messianic figure whose personal bravery would deliver Yoruba independence. The statement noted that such narratives marginalized long-standing activists who had been involved in the struggle for decades. Veterans such as Gani Adams and other early campaigners who sustained the agitation during more dangerous political periods were, according to the group, dismissed or labeled traitors by newer supporters. That's good for you people. The group traced the roots of personality-driven culture to the functionalization of the Oodua People's Congress (APC), where it is said sycophantic organizational habits gradually emerged. With certain functions, the ritualized chanting of Oodua whenever a leader's name was mentioned slowly produced a climate in which leadership authority appeared almost sacred and immune from criticism, they said. It added that the early leadership culture of the OPC had been more collegial, with comrades engaging in open debates and strategic disagreements. The organization had also reflected on the later emergence of historian and nationalist leader Banji Akintoye, whose involvement helped revive the movement and expand its international visibility. Through platforms such as the Yoruba World Congress, Ilana Oodua, and the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, YSDM, the agitation gained renewed ideological articulation and diaspora mobilization. However, Yoruba argued that even during this renewed phase, the strategic mistake of elevating Igboho as the central symbol of the struggle resurfaced. Okay. At times, even well-intentioned public statement by Professor Akintoye appeared to reinforce this perception, consciously deepening the narrative that Igboho was the indispensable engine of the movement, the group said. It added that this narrative overshadowed the contribution of earlier activists, including Taiwo, Otitolaye, Evangelist Kunle Adeshokan, Professor Femi Obayori, Seyi Adesanya, and journalist Richard Akinola, among others. The organization reaffirmed its commitment to the creation of independent Oodua Republic, stating that the destiny of the Yoruba people cannot be outsourced to politicians within the Nigerian state. Our minimum and non-negotiable demand remains clear: the emergence of a self-governing Oodua Republic. The responsibility for the realization of the Oodua Republic rests collectively upon Yoruba sons and daughters, both home and across the diaspora. They added, it is well with them. Life science says the saying goes, if you see a Yoruba man beating a drum of war, just get into your room, prepare your bed and sleep. This is because the next thing that will come to his mind from the sound of the drum would be a party. Very funny. At Amicable, David says, two-edged knife race neither here nor there. Ichie says, Amadu Bello said, if I'm sleeping and they called me that Yorubas are beating a drum of war, I'll go back to my sleep, but if they call me that Igbos are beating drum of war, I wake up. It is well. So, Sanande says, now content creator when he did cash out. At Edo says, isn't it obvious that the Igbos are the most resilient and actually know what they are agitating for? At Moses says, this one a human being? Question mark. Now, listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.